It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake? Lies. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of I Played a Thing, Phantasy Star. And wow, you folks know a lot about this game. A couple of things from the comments. First, Crystalgate reports that the defense formula is kind of busted in a way that makes weak enemies hurt you more as your defense increases, so that explains the apparent damage scaling from scorpions and such. Kinda reminds me of the programming error in Final Fantasy Legend that lets you reliably insta-kill the end boss with a chainsaw. Second, Rooksteps brings word that Lassik's evil phase began when a cult promising immortality gave him a scary-looking set of armor. I checked the manual from the US release and it confirms that. We'll be learning more from in-game stuff later on, but this adds a nice little bit of flavor to the backstory, so thank you both for the info, and thanks to everyone in the comments for your other insights. Now then, we've got vague hints that the governor of Motavia can help us, and a cake to get us in the door, but before we do that, there's one more thing I'd like to try. You may recall that someone in Scion mentioned a cave named Ayala on a peninsula to the south. We have no story reason to go there, and indeed it's a completely optional dungeon, but there's an item there I'd like to have. However, I have no idea if I'm appropriately leveled for it at this juncture, so let's give it a try, and if I get reamed, we'll put it on the back burner and visit the governor first. S'alright? S'alright. So let us load up the save I made, entitled Cake. That's gonna pop us right outside of Scion, so I should have a pretty straight shot to the south for that peninsula, and we'll go raid the Cave of Ayala, which I believe is about a 4-floor dungeon, so you better believe I'm gonna be breaking out the map for that. And we'll get our minor kills on the way. Not worth much, but hey, every little bit counts. Well, in order to do extra damage to us, the low-level enemies will have to hit us first, and that seems to be giving them a bit of trouble. Good news, that. Oh shit, do I even have a flash? Just occurred to me I might not. Shart. Well, sorry about that. We're gonna have to make a little trip back to Scion. Oh, Gold Lens is in the cave here. Those are those third-rank flying eyeball enemies that we encountered first in Nala. So it looks like the enemies are a little tougher around Ayala. But we'll see if they're manageable. I think they probably will be, considering how early the game tells you about this cave, but that is not necessarily a cause and effect relationship, so we shall see. And I do beg your pardon for my lack of preparedness there, not picking up a flash. Fairly early in the game, the last time I went through this, which was years ago to begin with, I picked up a magic lamp fairly early, and so I never had to worry about flashlights again. Oh boy, I got blowed up pretty good there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy that, but I think I'm gonna need to run back and get myself a little health restoration back at Caminite. I'll go ahead and cut that out and be back with you shortly. Okay. It really is inconvenient that there's no hospital in Scion, but just a little detour, no harm in it really. I'm going to update my save here. We'll put that under Medwa. And we're gonna see how this whole Ayala thing works out. When I come out of this cave, I might have enough for the magic lamp, and if I do, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up so I don't get caught without a flashlight again. And it is dark as most caves are, so good thing I went back for this. We will crack open the place with the dungeon key. And then before we proceed onward, I am sure as shit gonna pull up that map. Okay. From the entrance, we can go all the way forward and score a free Coke. Or at least I thought that was the case. Ah, there it is, okay. Well, you guys aren't supposed to come free with the Coke. So far, all we've encountered in here is gold lenses. And that's right about at the level that we've been dealing with in the Nala cave, so hopefully this will stay pretty manageable, he said, crossing his fingers and realizing he may well have just jinxed himself. Well, they're okay experience and passable amount of money, I suppose. Now, let's see here. This is where I came in, and we go north a bunch for the Coke. So I need to make a left up ahead. Yep, Werebats and gold lenses. Enemies here have been very much on par with what we encountered in the cake hunting cave. This map really doesn't seem to be entirely correct. Hopefully it's close enough that I won't have too much trouble, but it definitely seems to be a little bit inaccurate. Well, we got a new spell for Maya in any case. Oh, it's also possible I'm reading the map incorrectly, because that's a thing I do. Ah, Wall. That is a very useful spell in some fights. It throws up a magical wall around you, and for a while nothing can hit you. There is one fight in particular that's incredibly hard without it. The fuck is up with this dungeon map? It's like completely wrong. No man that goes into the room in the far corner has ever come out alive. Well, thanks for that. Oh, you know what? I think I realize what I'm doing. Yes, yes. Gold lens again. I think I was, in fact... Oh, new spells for everyone here. Everyone who can cast them, anyway. Odin, as I mentioned, never actually gets any spells. Ah, and Alice's final spell, which is Rope, which does about what you'd expect. It can bind up enemies so they can't move for a couple turns. Okay, now I see what I'm doing wrong with the map. See, I can get completely lost even if I have a map directly in front of me. That's how good I am at it. It is a stupid talent, but it's mine, and I will take misplaced pride in it. Taken a little damage before I've made much progress, but we got some McDonald's, so we'll be just fine. That combined with Maya's healing spell, which is rather potent. Okay, so this should be a left. And forward to the wall, I believe. It's funny to think that it wasn't too terribly long ago that I dreaded Werebats, and now I'm quite happy to run into them because they give a very good return on investment with respect to money. Okay, so what am I doing here? Oh, I've lost track of myself on the map again. I should be facing south, I think? Yes, okay. Evil Dead. These gave me a major problem in Nala, but I think I am up to a point where I can handle them pretty readily, although that one just did a buttload of damage to Odin. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. Good experience for it. I don't think the money's that great, though. Okay, I think I make a right and then a right again, and then we'll go down a floor. Okay. So those were the stairs. So I'm going to turn right and then north. And I hope I'm not driving you all nuts with me talking myself through the map. My powers of getting lost are virtually limitless, and if I don't do that, I probably will get completely turned around. Okay, we're gonna make this right. And then we'll just be wiggling along for a little while, so that's fine. Should come to a door in the not-too-distant future. There it is. Okay, we have a choice of 2 stairways to take us down. Let me check the map and figure out which one it actually is that I need to use. Okay, it's going to be the one farthest to the east. The other one does not appear to have any use, it just drops you into a dead end. Well, maybe that dead end has something in it. Let me go ahead and amble my way on in there and we'll see what happens. Oh, no, scratch that. No, actually I'm gonna do that after I kill these werebats. My starting to look a bit beat up, but I think we're gonna be okay. Wait, which direction am I facing now? No, not the passport. We're facing north. How the hell did I do that? Bear with me, folks. Okay, this is the stairway that I think leads to a dead end. Right? Right. So this should lead me to... Okay, thought there might be an NPC to talk to or something down there, because those aren't shown on the map, but no. There's absolutely nothing down there, so we were taking the eastmost staircase down. Good. Now we just have a pretty straight path to go on along for a while. Okay. Well and good. Now, if we take the eastward path here, there will be several treasure chests with a very small amount of meseta in them. And I don't think that's going to be particularly worth my while. Like, there's one with 20 meseta in it and one with 50. And I have said every little bit helps, but I think the possible investment in random encounters there is not going to pay off. So we're going to wiggle our way to the west. And here I can take a right and pick up 20 meseta without really going off my path, so why not? Very good. And then we follow the remainder of the path, and there, I believe, is our final staircase down, putting us on the 4th floor. Now, let's see. So I came down there. Okay. If I go north and then west, I can score a free berg without having to go too far off my eventual route. My philosophy, if someone offers you free food, you take it. Unless it's something you find disgusting, in which case maybe not. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm headed eastward here. Yes, this really is this much of a production for me. Again, my powers of getting lost are virtually limitless, and cannot be underestimated. Facing south now, okay. Yeah, I know where I am, okay, cool. Love that evasion on my owl. Yeah, we should be just about done, and the enemy loadout in this cave really wasn't bad at all. It was pretty much exactly the same enemy load that we encountered in Nala on our way to the cake. So it all stands to reason this is all a set of caves we found out about around similar times. Let me check what people's maximum HP are, because before we get the item I'm looking for, we have to fight sort of a mini boss fight, and I want to make sure I'm healed up for it. So Alice needs 132. Burger for you, good lady. Maya goes up to 90 HP, so one Berg should do it for him too. And Odin, 107. So I'm just gonna put a Coke into him, and that'll be nearly full HP. And save our burgers for another time. Wanted to do that without using up my MP, because I'd like to have Maya try his wall spell here to see if that's helpful in this particular encounter. It's gonna be 2 skeletons. I actually thought it was going to be more of them. Now, these skeletons are actually weaker than the skull ends that we encountered in the Epi region, so this will hopefully not be too bad. We'll have Alice go with the fire spell. We'll see if Maya's wall helps out at all here, and Odin will do what Odin does, which is bash things. Okay, wall is up. Hopefully that'll last for a few rounds. I believe how long the wall lasts is semi-random, and also might have something to do with the power of your opponents, how quickly they can bash down the wall. Not entirely sure. Anything else you should use? We could try Terror for an attack debuff, but I don't think we really need it. And that's what the wall does, it just gives you guaranteed misses for any attacks the enemy should attempt. Now we'll have Alice throw some more fire. Oh, the magic wall disappear. Well, still we got a couple of rounds out of that before it fell. And we are victorious. Not bad at all. 50 Meseta inside, and Iron Fang. That's what we came for. The Iron Fang is the first of 2 weapons that Maya can equip. Cool, our cat has combat dentures. And if I recall correctly, that actually changes his attack animation a little bit. There it is, he kind of gets little left and right slashes across the enemy. Alright, well that was a productive little detour. I think what I will do now is cut things until I get back out of the cave, because there's really not anything more that Nala is going to have to show you, and I will probably end up getting lost and have to check the compass several times on my way out. So I'm going to spare you all that, and I'll see you on topside. Well, we've got Odin with a level up. Hey, there's that beautiful dungeon key door. And that will get us out of here. Well, that was a productive little side trip. I was kind of foolish and forgetful in that I forgot to do a before and after comparison of Maya before and after we equipped the Iron Fang. But I did get that screenshot of his status when I was checking his max HP, so I'll go back and find that, and then I can put that in an annotation here, and we'll see what his current attack power is. It is now up to 61, and how does that compare to Alice? 65. So he's all cut up in terms of attack power, that's very handy. Picked a good time to do this, I think. So what I'm gonna do now, how much Meseta do I have? 2516, pretty good. That is gonna give me plenty to pick up the magic lamp, so I'm gonna make another detour back to Perilit. Well, it's not really a detour too much, because we do have to go back and get on the spaceship, take us to Motavia so we can meet up with the governor. So I'm kinda headed in that direction anyways. Arrows to the face notwithstanding. Might actually be a little faster at this point to run away from the minor encounters, but it's also entirely possible that they'll not let me run and just trap me in round after round of getting hit with no recompense. So the hell with it, I'm just gonna kill everything that gets in my way. Not a philosophy you should carry into real life, I should mention. And so that'll bring us back to Caminite, where I will once again impose on Suelo's hospitality. And then make a very minor detour to Paralit, where I think the magic lamp is being sold. I certainly hope I remember that correctly, otherwise I'll have no idea where the hell the thing is. But it really should be in the second-hand shop here, he said, hopefully. Fantastic. And we are all set for illumination. I will never have to worry about flashlights again. And from here we can take the moving walkway to the spaceport once again. And we'll be all ready to go drop off that cake we picked up. I am really pleased that Ayala Cave didn't necessitate any more grinding, although even if it did, I was not going to do the grinding here and then. Would have just continued on with the story and come back to it later. But hey, we made it through with a minimum of trauma, and we picked up the Iron Fang. And once again, I do think a cat with combat dentures is pretty fucking badass. Actually, anything with combat dentures would be pretty fucking badass, like, even if Odin were to put a set of iron choppers into his face and start biting things. Now I kinda want to see that. Oh well. I believe we've talked to everyone here already, so we'll just go ahead and cruise on onward to Paseo. We've got a little first-person tunnel here to get to the governor's mansion under the water. I'm just going to go ahead and update my cake save. This is a really simple dungeon with no particular branches. But it does have its own music, very interesting. Do you have a present to give to the governor? No. Go back to your home now. You can't talk to me like that. I have a cake. I have rights. I'll take the shortcake now. And up we go. I believe the blue house here is like a guest house that you can rest in and recover your HP. Not really sure what that sound effect was supposed to be about. But hey, we've got access to the governor's mansion. And apparently the governor of Motavia is Mike Hager. He really gets around. I'm the governor. I'm told that you intend to try to kill Lassic. I admire your courage. In the Maharu cave lies an Esper named Noah. I will give you a letter of introduction to present to her. Now this is interesting. The game cannot decide what gender Noah has. Sometimes referred to as her, sometimes referred to as him. There are reasons to think that Noah's a guy, but I'll get into that later when we actually recruit him. I have faith that you will kill Lassic and return here eventually. You should rest here a while after your long journey. And we fell into a deep sleep. Oh dear God. Succubus, huh? I hope that's supposed to be a cross between succubus and nutsack. Because if it's just a misromanization of succubus, then that is the least sexy succubus I have ever seen. Let's go ahead and throw the fire spell. Let Maya try and pull up a wall. Odin, you do what you do. Got some decent evasion, and that 255 hit points, that does not look promising. And that magic wall did not hold up at all. This seems to be taking kind of a bad turn. Maya, you probably should cure yourself. Oh, and apparently the succubus has the rope spell. That's what it would do if Alice were to cast it as well, although I don't think it would work on this particular opponent. Do I have enough for one more fire? I think I do. We're actually doing passable here. But I don't think we're gonna have... Oh man, he really has a thing for Maya bondage. Well, your kink is okay, succubus. We're all getting tied up. Succubus is really into that. Well, we've got its health a fair way down, but I don't think we're gonna win this damage race. Wow, we're actually making a go of this. It's down into the double digits. Will we make it? Well, we'll see in a moment. Not if it keeps dodging, that's for certain. And Maya is down. And Odin's probably only got one more round in him unless it attacks Alice next. Oh, my dude, I didn't mean it what I said about you being the least sexy succubus ever. Oh, you're not gonna take an apology, are you? Maybe we can talk this out? Lack of communication. And bondage! The makings of an exciting evening there. Only 4 damage. I don't think I've ever seen it do that little. Oh, and it's a party wipe. But just a bad dream. I have faith that you will kill Lassic and return here eventually. Thanks, Governor. Is everyone still dead? Nope, quite unaffected. It really was just a dream. Does the Governor have anything more to say? That was quick. Oh, I see you are not through with Lassic. You had best rest at the inn. I have faith that you will kill Lassic and return here eventually. Okay, I am pretty tickled that for a moment there he actually believed that we had beaten Lassic in the few seconds it took to turn around and walk back into the mansion. As you've probably figured out by now, we are not supposed to win the succubus fight. But it seems to be doable if you get some lucky rolls. Got it down to... That was under 50 HP, right? If I recall correctly. Although if you win, I suspect it'll just do the same thing and say you had a bad dream. Also, Phantasy Star veterans may think the face of the succubus looks a little bit familiar. And I'm just gonna drop another save before we head out into the wilds of Motavia. Let's have a look at that letter. Can't remember if it's possible to read it or not. Nope, no need to use that. Okay. Now then, give me a moment, I need to check a map here. Okay, looks like if we head in a general northern and then west direction, we'll find our way to the Maharu Cave, where Noah is supposed to be. Yeah, the earlier parts of the game are very into their scorpions and scorpion variants. But here we have a crawler, a new type of enemy we have not yet encountered yet, the sandworm. I don't know exactly why, but I always thought their attack animation looked really cool. The way they just kind of coil up out of the sand and take a shot at you. And Phantasy Star 4 fans will also remember the sandworms, I think. They're gonna look a little familiar. And all we should have to do is pass through this mountain pass, and we'll be at Maharu shortly. Lots of crawlers here, but they don't seem to be able to do a whole lot of harm to us. So I will gladly rob them for their meseta. Why wild animals and invertebrates have meseta on them, I could not tell you, but that's a fixture of pretty much all early RPGs, so I'm not going to read too much into it. Lots of crawlers along this route. I'm surprised I haven't run into any more E-farmers or N-farmers or what have you. Oh, come on, encounter rate. Come on, crawlers. We need a little variance in the random encounter generator here. Well, the arrow's a nice change of pace, thanks for that. Wow, does this entire mountain pass have nothing but crawlers in its random encounter table? I don't really know, but I would have no difficulty believing it. Level for my owl, though. Okay, and I don't really remember how complicated Maharu is, so I'm gonna find myself another map for that real quick. Shouldn't be but a moment. Okay, 3 levels, not a whole lot of... Well, actually, level 2 is really complicated. So... let us jump back in. Actually, hang on. Where is the entrance? Okay, there it is. Cool. Okay, am I aimed to the south? I think I am aimed to the south. That's what the compass is for. West. Interesting. So this would be north, right? Oh lord, I'm already lost. Oh, hey, farmer. We are outcasts. Forgive us. Nothing to forgive, buddy. As long as you're willing to have a chat instead of having a fight, I got no quarrel with you. And hey, we've got a new slime. The delicious cherry flavor. The slime's attack animation is one that I always liked as well. The way it just sort of launches itself off the ground at you and wiggles a little in your face. Think you might be taking damage just from being scandalized. Okay, now if I don't miss my guess, we want to get to the outer part of this ringed area, and then point ourselves to the south. So am I looking southward? Good! I'm actually right for a change. That rarely happens, so I rejoice in it when I can. Now, I think I tried to chat to one of these before, and I think it should work, but I don't think it did at the time. I don't know if chat can fail or if I'm just completely misremembering, but let's try a plain old talk. Okay, that definitely didn't work. How about chat? Ah, there we go. There are secret doors in the dungeon maze. Actually, that's extremely rare. There aren't many secret doors in the game at all. Okay, not entirely sure where I'm at right now. Facing west. That's not what I want. I don't think. No, I guess this could be okay as long as I find a door to the south eventually. Hey, farmer. At least we don't have to do a lot of fighting in here. Owlbears, on the other hand, not gonna be willing to sit down and have a chat with us, but they're easy at this point in the game, so no big deal there at all. What the hell am I doing? Which direction am I facing? West. Huh. Okay, I want to get out of the loop, not further into the loop. Okay, I think this will be a Coke. No, it's 20 Meseta. Okay, I know where I am now. Oh, I thought I'd be okay with maps, but this is turning into such a production even without them. Many of the treasure chests in the dungeon are trapped. I know. Thankfully, the 20 Meseta was just fine. 20 Meseta ain't much, but it let me know where I am, and that is of considerable value. Okay, where do I need to go now? I believe... Well, actually, what's up this way? Looks like a dead end on the map, but sometimes that means there's something there. I'm not a thief. Oh, okay, that's what that was. This game does in fact have pit traps. Usually they're of no great consequence, but sometimes they're in places that you absolutely have to go, and in those cases you get past them using a spell that disarms them. We don't have that yet. Yeah, many of the floors are trapped too. Hang on, need to reorient myself here. Okay, so those are stairs back up. Hey, Tarantula. Kinda burning through my, MP here, but what the hell. A nut of Layerma needs special light to glow. I have no idea what the hell that means, but I'm sure it'll be important someday. Okay, sorry about that. Had to do a little map reorganizing. And I have once again lost track of where I am. I believe I should be facing north, is that correct? East! How the hell am I facing east? Okay, no, cool, I see where I am. Okay, so I need to head east again, and then I believe to the north? No, if I turn and face the wall here, there should be a hidden door somewhere along this pathway. Okay, oop, more encounters. Okay, so facing north, if I head 2 spaces to the west, turn to face the wall. Okay, maybe it's not quite 2 spaces. Okay, is this map just straight up lying to me? There we go. Yeah, I just have to walk straight through the wall. I have no idea how I managed to figure that out going through this before. Oh, I see now. I was reading the map incorrectly. We don't actually need to go down to the 3rd level of Maharu. Noah is on the 2nd level. So we'll be going back pretty soon. But while I'm here, I'll be able to pick up a nice free 2,000 Meseta. Oh, and the slimes are into bondage. Got a freaky crowd in this game. And if I am not mistaken, this will be where that cool 2000 is. Also an arrow, but what the hell. Into every life a little rain must fall, right? Okay, so... Yep, going south. Now, if I were to go to the extreme northeast of this dungeon floor, there would be a red dragon there. That would absolutely murder me at this point in the game. So I'm not doing that. Now then, there is the secret door. So in order to get to Noah, I'm gonna have to go all the way to the east. Now, if I were to hang a west here, there would be a couple of minor treasures, just 50 Meseta and a flash. Don't need them, so I'm gonna keep going. Oh, hey, buddy. Believe me, do I ever know about those. Now, let's see. North, then west, then north again. A little bondage slime along the way. And a level for Alice. Taking out those little Zako enemies will eventually add up. Go ahead all the way west here. Another free berg for our troubles. Okay, now that I've got a better set of maps, I am actually kind of figuring this out. Getting the hang of it, kinda sorta. All is forgiven, my friend, all is forgiven. And you're forgiven too. Hello! Now let me orient myself here. Okay, this is west. This is good. Let's see here. Yes, we do want to go to the east here. Now then, if I follow this path, it'll curve around, and we'll have ourselves a Noah. Who are you? I'm busy with my training now. Do not be a nuisance. I've received a letter from the governor. Please read it. Let me see it. Our duty is clear. We must protect the planets of the Algo system from evil. We must first go to the Gothic forests and find Dr. Luveno. We can use an underground passage from a manhole in the spaceport. So yeah, on the Palma spaceport, you remember that manhole that we couldn't go into, but it looked like it was important for something? Well, this is what it's important for, and this is why we have to recruit Noah before we can continue with the game. Is there anything if we go back in here? Nope. So let's take a look at our new recruit. Our last party member starts with a wood cane and a white mantle. Terrible attack power. But he starts with the fire spell, so at least he'll have some means of offense. Wow, only 45 hit points, but he is level 1. He wasn't kidding when he said he was busy with his training. Now, the reason I said that Noah is pretty much definitely a guy, despite the game's occasional pronoun confusion, the Japanese name for Noah was Lutz. And if you've been playing the Phantasy Star series and its other games, you will know that Lutz is a pretty important name throughout the series. So this is where the whole Lutz thing originated, and Lutz is a dude, therefore Noah is a dude. Do not offend Lassic. I don't want to offend him, I just want to kick his ass. Alright then, I don't think there's anything else to be found in Maharu Cave here, so once again I'm gonna cut it, and I will see you on the surface. You are brave to approach me. Why, you're such a cute little spider. I want to eat a nut of Lairima. Well, according to a monster that we talked to before, the nut of Lairima needs a special light to glow. Lassic lives above the sky. Well, we do have space travel technology, so I can't imagine that's too much of a problem. And I am just about out of Maharu, so we will stay on camera for the moment. After I make this left, we should be right about there. Perfect. Now we have Noah following us around on the map, and leeches. My goodness, they have a bunch of HP. You know what? I am not sure about this fight at all, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast myself a bye. We'll have Noah start throwing fire just in case things get ugly. Well, that first hit from it didn't do a whole lot of damage, so that might have actually been pretty winnable. 3 of them? Yeah, let's do this shit. If we just dodge everything they try to throw at us, we should be just dandy. Even when they hit, though, they don't seem to do a hell of a lot. Noah, you're not gonna hit for anything, so we'll have you do that. Hot damn. Good experience, too. And the first level gain for Noah, who is definitely going to need to do some catching up. Pretty good return in terms of Meseta as well. But I don't want to keep fighting these things over and over, thank you very much. Crawlers, on the other hand, piece of cake. Well, we do have our next marching orders, which is to get to the Gothic Forest and search for Dr. Luveno. What we need the doctor for, I'm not sure yet, but hey, a brilliant scientist is always good to have on your side, right? And if I recall correctly, that manhole in, where was that, in the spaceport, is gonna drop us into another first-person dungeon situation, but I believe it's a pretty simple one with no actual twists and turns to speak of. It's just meant to take us to the Gothic Forest. Now, before I forget about it, Can't remember if there's a fast food shop here or not. That is an armory, that's definitely not what I need. And I think Noah can actually use the shit sword, which is a little better than his wooden cane. Let's give that a try. And attack 26. And it worked. Oh wow, he got a whole point of attack out of that. Hot damn. Now come on, I know there's gotta be a... Nope, looks like all they have is, second hand and, so on. I'm gonna pop back to the governor's guest house, get myself a free heal. If I recall correctly, we will not be asked for cake again. That always makes life easier. And yep, we can still use the guest house. Very nice. And no more bad dreams, which is even better. A little bit annoying that we keep having to use the Duggan key and reopen these doors, but I suppose that's what security's all about. So when I get back to Palma, I'll have to stop into one of the towns to get some food before heading onward to the manhole, but no big deal. There's a reason I'm going to be going to the food shop and getting a bunch of cokes, and you will see once we get over to the Gothic Forest. We can skip past all this. I do have my passport. And there's our manhole. Again, I'm going to be skipping out on that for the moment. Either of these a food shop? Oh, okay, there's one right here in the spaceport. Fantastic. Let's say... we'll add another 5 cokes for now. Plenty of money, that won't even put a dent in the wallet. Finding that hidden door, got me real confused for a while there, but the extra 2,000 peseta did not go unappreciated. And down we go. Can't remember if there are any enemies here or not, and there's my question immediately answered. Very low-end enemies, though, it looks like. That's fine by me as well. I think the branch here will lead us to someone, but I don't think he's very helpful. I'm busy, don't bother me. Yep, unhelpful indeed. And we find ourselves in a town. There any townsfolk around to talk to? Looks like there are. So we'll start with the folks out on the street before we start heading into houses. Could you spare me a cup of cola? Yep, that's why I wanted all those cokes. In these kind of rundown villages, a lot of times the guys wrapped in the shawls will want a cup of coke before they talk to you. Don't go near the tower at the far end of the narrow road which goes from the Gothic Forest through the mountains. A magic beast lives there. Look at it and you turn to stone. Ah, Medusa, huh? Sure I can. Thanks. This was once the lab of Dr. Luveno. He went bonkers, though, and be imprisoned in Triada to the south of here. I have always loved that line. Well, that could be a bit of a problem if we wanted to get Dr. Luveno on our side. But nothing much we can do about it at the moment. We'll see if we can go meet him in prison in a little while. You cannot come through here. This is my area. Okay, fine. Not even for a Coke? Not even for a burger? Drives a hard bargain. Alright, what about the destroyed house here? Search? Nope, not a thing. Looks like Gothic, and this town is in fact named Gothic, has seen some better days. Any other houses to visit? Not right at the moment. So this will likely be some kind of shop. A second-hand shop. Well, we don't need flashes anymore. Transor's not especially useful, and the magic lamp we've already got. Well, it looks like we won't be able to accomplish really much of anything else in the actual town here. So let's go ahead and check out that prison to the south. Maybe we can bust the good doctor out. Oh, I do believe that's our prison. Need to make a little course readjustment here. Ooh, you look nasty. Not a tremendous amount of damage. Nothing we can't handle. Definitely a little harder than things have been hitting us in a while, though. A decent amount of money for a single enemy. But you... we like you. The miracle key can open doors which are shut by magic. Well, no doubt we'll be needing that eventually. Oh, dead tree. These are barely worth scraping off our boots. Okay, now this route should take us to Triada Prison. It's been a little while since I saved, so I think that would be a pretty good idea at this point. And in we go. I don't recall this being terribly complicated, so I'm gonna cross my fingers and try and find my way through it. Famous last words, I know. Do we have our road pass? We sure do. Alright, let's try this door first. Alright, and I think we found a cell block here. An almost halfway sensible design for a prison. Do I know the robot half-speed? I don't. It's a robot made of Laconia. That would make for a very expensive robot. But it has been abandoned somewhere as being useless. Well, that kinda sucks. Actually, I want to see what he says if we say yes. Yeah, the one made out of Laconia, right? Oh, never mind. Alright, inmates. What are you gonna have to tell us? On the far side of the mountains lies a pool of molten lava created by a volcanic eruption. Seems like a pretty good place to stay away from. Lots and lots of cells here. Oh, well that's a surprise. And an explosion. And nothing even for us. Ain't that a bee? Well, I suppose poking around in boxes left in prison cells probably isn't the brightest thing I ever did. I'm Luveno. Hey, we found him. If you've come for help, you had best forget it. Leave. Hey, I didn't come here to get brushed off. You want me to build a spaceship for you? Not a chance. I can't accept such responsibility. Oh, you really want to hang around jail all your life? You are certainly persistent. We are certainly persistent. Indeed we are. Well, if you will do as I say, I will help you. Is it a deal? Sure. Okay, I will go to Gothic Village nearby to make preparations. Come then, do not waste worry on me. Well, he seems pretty confident he can get out of here. We did unlock his cell, so hopefully none of the guards actually spot him or recognize who he is. And yep, he's gone. Now what have we got in this final cell here? Skeletons. Well, we know how to handle those. Put up a wall just to be very safe. Noah, you do your magic thing. Holy crap! That hurt our new buddy quite a bit. Maya, I think Noah could use a little bit of help here. Oh, well, that didn't last long. Alright, one more hit from anybody, and that'll do it. Okay, now I just have to head back through all the cell block areas. And there was one more branch near the beginning that I didn't take. Let's see if there's anything along this route. Looks like more cells. Well, we might as well do some exploring while we're here. Never hurts to be thorough. Why yes, I did bring you Coke. Spider monsters are actually very intelligent. And that's how you get a hint, if you haven't figured it out yet, that the spiders can be communicated with. Just have to figure out that you need to use the chat spell. The tower deep in the Gothic mountains is known as Medusa's Tower. Yeah, we got a warning about that back in town. Polymetal will dissolve all materials except for Laconia. Sounds like useful stuff. And also, how did a spider get thrown in prison? And this should be the final cell. See if there's any valuable information or possible goods here. I haven't seen anyone for a long time. Will you talk with me? Oh, he's so lonely. Of course we will. I've got a friend in Bortevo. He's probably having a hard time because of the lava. Why not visit him? Okay, so there's a town named Bortevo near that lava flow we heard about earlier. Well, maybe there's something we can do to alleviate the plight of the poor folks of Bortevo. Because, yeah, if you've had a lava eruption near you, then you are going to have a hard time. Yes, I do. Now, if we roll on back to Gothic, hopefully the good doctor will be there waiting for us. Ah, vampire. That's a step up from the werebat type of monster. Oh yeah, Noah's really getting his ass kicked. Thankfully, he's beginning to catch up in levels, although it'll take a while before he can completely do so. And that flashlight is thoroughly worthless to me now, but I appreciate the gesture, game. Now, one of these houses I think should have the doctor in. Just have to find the right one. Ah, it's getting late. Fetch my assistant. He's likely hiding in the underground passage. Fair enough. And by the underground passage, he means the one that we got to hear through by way of the manhole. And that would be the gentleman who told us to piss off. What? Dr. Luveno has returned? He will build another spaceship? I will be there right away. Well, once we have news of his employer, his mood turns around a nice 180. Or perhaps not. Now that my staff is assembled, I can begin. There is, however, a slight fee of 1,200 mesetas involved. Will you pay? Hell no. That's too bad, and you have come so far, too. Well, if you're gonna be like that. Thank you. I can now get to work. Please wait one moment. Okay, that was a moment. It cannot be hurried. Please show a bit more patience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 5 moments. Want my spaceship. It cannot be hurried. Please show a bit more patience. But I don't wanna. Success! I present a superb spaceship to Luveno. But you cannot fly a spaceship. You must find a robot named Houseby. Oh yeah, we heard about him, the Laconian one. He can fly a spaceship. Cool. And to think he was abandoned for being useless. Got any more data on that? Nope. What about your assistant? Nope. And we still can't come through here. Okay, well that really only leaves us with one real lead, and that's that there is a lava pool to the north caused by a volcanic eruption, and that there's a town called Bortevo there where the folks living there are having a real hard time. So I guess that being our only lead, that's the one we'll have to chase next time. For now though, I think we've accomplished enough, and I notice the runtime's getting a little long, so I will say goodbye for now. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon. Till then, this is Un, signing off. Today's adventure in navigational incompetence has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, E.X. Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, D.G. Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnight, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, Andy Kurland, Jarogue, Martin Schauenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, and other wonderful patrons. As always, thank you immensely for your support, and thank you to everyone commenting, subscribing, and just plain watching. Always glad to share the journey with you all, and I hope you have an excellent week.